All right. I think I am now live. So if anybody's here, it says 0 watching, but whatever. I'll hold off for a few minutes, but we're going to do a sales update. Monday Mega Madness sales update. Thrift in the Carolinas. What's up? Somebody is here. Bearded Picker is here, and do not call me Stevie. Only 2 people in the world were allowed to call me that, and they are now passed away. So don't do that. Hear you good, see you good. So we're going to do our sales update. Some really cool stuff. I don't know if you've seen the thumbnail. Probably not yet, but that'll be the first one, and let me get to it here. Really, really cool stuff. My grandma was allowed to call me Stevie, and my Uncle Ray, who's still alive, is allowed to call me that, but nobody else, especially Scott the Bearded Picker. Nobody. I hate that name. All right. No, not a new nickname, Sassy. So, I don't know if you guys can see it yet. Here it goes. This is a Bon Jovi t-shirt from the 80s. Somehow I didn't get the full picture of the front of the t-shirt in the listing, but this thing sold like instantly. I went back to change where it says Sprint. It should have said Sprint Ford because that's the brand name of the shirt. I don't know if this is a vintage. I don't know if that is a vintage. All right. You guys got me all confuzzled now. 7 watching, 7 live viewers already. Cool. I must be the only one live. Anyway, Springford was a shirt. I don't know if this is a knockoff concert, like parking lot t-shirt. I don't know if it was a real t-shirt. I found a couple others online. This is what the back of it looked like. It's not like an actual tour shirt, but it had a list of the songs on the back. This thing sold almost instantly. I went back to fix this misspelling in the title, and it was already sold. 9-pound hammer is in the chat tonight. Delden, what's up, man? So anyway, pretty cool shirt. This is the same. There is another shirt with this picture on the front that was done for one of his albums, or one of his, oh, what do you want? Oh, I'm not insulted by it. I just don't like the name. One of his concert tours, this picture was on the front, but this is not that shirt. And that one goes for like $150 or $200 or $300 or sometimes. And the only comps I could find on this were a couple years old for $40, so I put it for $60, and it sold instantly. So I'm sure I undersold it. This is the other shirt, the Pantera. This one I got. Oh, I paid $1 for the Bon Jovi shirt at a rummage sale. Probably a quarter, actually, because they just threw a bunch of stuff together. So it was pretty good. Delden says he doesn't have to go live yet because I am. And I was just messing with you the other night that you're always live when I'm live. I don't care. It's just a fun thing. Anyway, this is a Pantera. I paid $2 for this at a very, very small thrift store. And it took a while to sell. I originally had it about $100. I marked it down to $75, and then put a 20% off sale. It finally sold. It's a long sleeve. Very hard to come by shirt. You can find this pattern, but not in a long sleeve with the skulls on the side. The pictures were horrible, but it did sell for the full asking price of $60. Not a bad sale there for a $2 investment. What's up, Kelly? So we got Margot, we got Sassy Seller, we had the Veranda Files, Kelly, Scott the Bearded Picker, and Delden the 9-pound hammer, Blackberry Thistle Tea, Thrift in the Carolinas, all in the chat tonight. Pretty cool. We got 10 live viewers. This is the last part from that car part haul. Sold it for $20 just to get it out the door. Already got good positive feedback on this one. Jom Jom's in here. What's up, Jom Jom? One of my favorite YouTube names. Got positive feedback on this. It said professional eBay seller. He got it really quick. He was happy. I actually sold 2 of these. This one and, oops, we don't want to see the buyer's name. This one. And I got full asking price for both. So this one went for $39.99 and this one went for $39.99. I showed these on the morning show, and Dusty looked them up for me. Anyway, these both sold for full asking price to the same buyer, and they actually went to Japan through the global shipping program. Pretty cool. They are, what's her name? Rosalind Turek, and she's like some very famous person over in the UK. And these were really good, and they sold. It took about 3 or 4 weeks to sell them, but they did sell. So is that one, which was a 2-disc set, and this one, which is a 1-disc set. Just a Funko Pop, got the full asking price of $26.95. This is from Orange is the New Black. I paid $1.99 for this one at the Goodwill. This one was still sealed. It did have some box damage, but still sold it. Scott's picking on Margot again. 3-year-old daughter of a friend couldn't say John, so she called me Jom instead. That's 12 years ago. And she still calls me what? Well, we all get our usernames from different places. Mine was actually I always went by Stewie Star because when I was a gamer back in the day, I accidentally messed up my name when I was typing it in. Instead of Steve, it came out Stewie somehow. I was typing fast. And Star was something else. I don't know what that was for. But then I switched over to Slick Toys. And that's what I use now for my username on most things. But okay, this one was really cool. I paid $1 for this, and I sold it for the full asking price of $100, basically $99.96. This is some sort of car program tuner performance meter thing made by Tesla, and it took about 3 or 4 weeks to sell. But for $1, I got this at a yard sale. It looked like it really hadn't been used. It came with all the stuff in it, and I haven't gotten feedback on it, but I hope they liked it. I did make sure that there was a picture of it turned on in the thing, so that's cool. So if you see one of these, I'm rolling in profit this week. I had a lot of good sales this week, you're right. Not rolling in profit, but a lot of good sales. This was just something that I found at a yard sale. I bought my son a camera at this yard sale for $3, and when I got home, the camera was junk. So, but this, I looked it up. This is Pipe Trade's Pocket Manual. This one was done in 1969. It's probably for pipe fitters. The only thing wrong with this is that it had the owner's name in it. They were selling for between $20 and $30 on eBay, and this one sold for the full asking price of $29.95. So that was good. 50-cent investment in this one. Pretty cool. Part of that Bose lot, Bose MX744F Cinemate remote control. The keys were a little, worn off and stuff, so it took a little longer to sell, but it did sell for $27.96. I had $10 into the whole thing. Sold a couple of the pieces from it now. This was a vintage Wrangler heavy wool blend plaid shirt, medium, so it wasn't a great size, but it did sell, and I've had this thing forever, and the pictures were horrible. You can see the old vintage tag in there. Paid probably, this one was on sale at the Goodwill, so it was probably right around $1. I took a $10 offer plus shipping and got it out the door. And somebody in the chat room may recognize this piece. I got this at, I don't remember where I got it, but I know I paid like $1.50 or $2 for it. It wasn't much. This was made by a company named R. Hammer from Montreal, and it was 100% linen, and it had this really cool saying on it, which I'm not going to read right here, but somebody in the chat will recognize this one because it's now hanging on his office wall, and he didn't even know he bought it from me, but I did take a $15 offer, and only because I knew who the buyer was. So it's a really cool old football thing. This was a book that I bought at Goodwill, and our books are 4 for 89 cents at Goodwill. It's a present for the princess. There's several versions of this book. This particular one is not the most desirable, but it's also not the least desirable. This one was printed in 1961. I think the original version was printed in 1959. If you find the original, it'll say, instead of a giant book at the bottom, it'll say a Rand McNally Elf book. That one can go for into the hundreds. This one is a little bit later reprint, but because it's harder to find, it still sells well. I took a best offer of $45 on this one and sold it within a day. So basically about 4 for 80, less than a quarter I had into it. Pretty good flip there. So if you ever come across this book and it's one of the older printings, at least consider buying it. And it just so happened that they had the bookseller that normally goes to the Goodwill isn't at the Goodwill anymore. He doesn't go there anymore, and so I happened to be able to capitalize on this. I wanted to try a new background on this one. I know we sell really quick and fast, so I just drew up the eBay boxes. It's kind of a crappy background. $39.95 shipped. They fit in one of those what are they? They're these little fold-up envelopes. I don't know if you can see that. And then that fits inside of a padded flat rate. So they'll ship for $6.90. Console only, $39.95, and I get it every time. This one was really nice, though. It was very clean. I did a little cleaning on it, but nothing major. You can see there was no real wear on this thing. So this is a vintage beater lac deer or whitetail buck is what I called it. Blanket. Some of these beater lacs do really well. This time of year they don't sell as well. So I took a $20 offer on this, plus shipping, so $29.99. Got it out the door. But if you come across these beater lacs with these prints on them, some of them do really well, some of them not as good. I've sold them for as high as $90 and as low as this one for $20. And only because I wanted to get rid of it, because they take up a lot of room. Just a Polaroid. This is a Sun 600 light management system, so LMS. This one I did not test, still put it at $28 and still sold almost instantly. So pretty good flip on that one. I took a $12 offer on this. I've had it for quite some time. This is just a Dimensions needlepoint kit. Pretty cool flip there. And the same buyer bought this one for $11.95. So I shipped them out in the same envelope. This was Summer Dunes, Dimensions No Count cross stitch. Some of these cross stitch things can go really, really good. Which pick is nice, Margot? Because I clicked off all that stuff. Unless you're talking to somebody else, then. Oh, and by the way, I left the door open today, so nobody was complaining about the mirror. I picked this one up for $5 at a yard sale this weekend. Flipped it damn near instant for $59.95. I priced towards the higher end, and I always sell them quick. This one did not go to, the Polaroid. It was an okay pick. I was using this new green camera, and I'm not really happy with the way it takes photos because I have to edit them and stuff. But some of my, yeah, it's the guy from Milwaukee that buys my Polaroids every time. But anyway, so I'll price these high as long as they work. I figured out how to get the graphy looking thing on there, so I made sure to get a picture of that. Battery compartment, you always want to take a picture of that so they know it's clean. This one sold almost instant, and it did not go to the buyback calculators people, but so they lowballed you on the Polaroid? $12? What Polaroid did you have? Because I sell them for $28 almost instantly every time. This is a GE 3-57 or 5370 micro cassette tape recorder. It's just an old tape recorder, micro cassette recorder. Well, I would just when they do that, just come back with 28, and if they say no, that's that, right? I forgot to take a picture of the battery compartment, but it was clean. This one worked really well. I really like this one. I listed this yesterday and it sold yesterday, so $24.95 for that one, which is probably the higher end of that. They usually go for $19.95 plus shipping, but $24.95 is still the same thing. It just makes me feel better. And this one is one of the bigger sales of the week. I just showed this off, what was it, 2 days ago or the other day, and I listed this last night. This is the Fisher-Price PXL 2000 Pixel Vision. I don't know if that's what that's really called. That was just somebody else's title, and I stole it. Vintage video camera, camcorder, powers on. And I made sure to put, I do have 60-day returns, but I did put as is, and I told how I tested it. I wasn't able to record on it because I didn't have the correct tape, but it still sold pretty quick for $100. So $99.95 plus $10 shipping. So if you come across these, even just the camera alone can sell for that. But I had the original AC adapter, I had the TV output cable, and the camera itself, and the battery compartments in this thing were super clean. Everything was really nice on it. Just this adapter, if you come across this adapter, the PXL 2000 adapter, it goes for $25. For some reason, I didn't even turn my pictures. That's crazy. It was a very clean unit. Even if you test these, they tend not to work real well, but it's a really cool video camera, and it's really a piece of junk, but people like them and there's a cult following. So if you see them, pick them up. This is a Sony TC580 or TC730 reel-to-reel pinch roller. When I bought that big TC730, I got a bunch of extra new old stock parts in it, so I'm selling the new old stock parts. I took a best offer for $22 on this one and shipped it out today. It weighs less than 2 ounces, so I went at for $266 first class. All these pieces will go that way. Pretty cool. I paid $15 for the entire lot, so this one paid for that. This is a Nike hat from the 90s. I got a couple Nike hats that day. The other one I'm not so sure is real, so maybe after this video I'll show it off and one of you guys in the chat can tell me. Yeah, I know the PXL uses audio cassettes to record video on, but you have to have the Type 2 Chrome audio cassette, or it won't work. It won't record correctly. And I don't have any of those, so I just said I couldn't test that function, so I don't know, and I said as is in the title, or in the description in a couple places. So it takes that Type 2 Chrome, and it records at a super fast speed. So a 90-minute tape is only 3.5 minutes of video, and the batteries, they eat up real quick. So, but anyway, it's a really cool find, and I got it in a box of stuff for 20 bucks. Anyway, I paid $1.50 for this hat. It still had the tags on it. It had Sir Charles when he was skinny on the tag. Really nice hat. It said "Just Do It" on the back. Very clean, never worn. You can see that I love that Nike symbol on the thing, and it had the official Nike tag in it. So I got full asking price on that one for $39.96, and I got that shipped out. This one came back today. I had a return on it because the guy bought the wrong thing. So as soon as it came back in the mail, I opened it up, checked it out. I don't even think he ever used it, which is fine with me. Listed it back up for the same price, because I had taken a best offer of $44 on this. So about less than an hour after I listed it, it sold again for the full asking price of $54. So I made a couple extra bucks to cover the shipping. So that's why I do free returns. People tend to be honest, and they return the things in the condition you sent them in, and they don't have to lie about why they are returning them. Yeah, it's painful to give a refund, but it wasn't really that bad. Check 8-Bit Guy on YouTube for video footage from that cam. It's quite horrible. Yeah, I watched a few videos on YouTube with that camera, and it is really horrible. But there's a cult following. People love it, and I hope it works for the person that gets it. If not, it's probably just a matter of replacing the belts inside. They're really simple. It's just basically a cassette player that records fast. A few years ago, they were only going for like, 20 or 30 bucks until they appeared in a couple movies, and then people on YouTube got onto them. So, but anyway, this is why I take free returns. It came back in the same box, wrapped in the same. I mean, it was in the condition it was sent in, and I knew, being that it's a Bose, it would still sell, and it would sell fast. All this thing is an interface module. In other words, you point your remote at it, and that's what your remote, it reads your remote to change your channels and stuff. Well, Jom, if you want one of those PXLs, just keep going to yard sales. You may find one. I bought a PS2 the other day, a PS2 Fat, and I was just buying some other stuff from this lady's yard sale, and this was there. This is like a loot crate throw-in. I listed this yesterday. There was a little bit of damage right there where somebody thought about opening it, but they didn't, so this was new sealed. And I took a couple pictures of that just to make sure that everybody would know. So this was a throw-in, so this one was free. I got the full asking price of $30, and it went global shipping. So it's off to Kentucky. These are really cool. These are Eversharp Slim Ventura, yeah, pens. These, oh, what was that? Maybe it's PayPal. Maybe it's an eBay notification. No, it's just telling me that there's a storm, which I already knew because, you know, I just looked out the window. I have my local news on the Facebook app, so when they go live telling about a storm or something, I can get the notifications. Anyway, so these are really cool pens. I don't think they were ever used. The front one is a pen. The second one is a mechanical pencil. You can see right there, even though my camera didn't want to take a picture, but it was still had the price sticker of $7.50 on it when it was new. These are from the 1940s or 50s. I don't recall. Still had that in it. A nice case. You can see it there. It was in beautiful condition. I put this up for auction because I couldn't figure out what the actual price on these particular pens should be. It had the 14 karat gold manifold fine nib, whatever all that means. That's what it said on the sticker, so that's what I put in the title. And a week later, they sold for $36. I paid $2 for these at the same estate sale that I've got the TC 730 from. So it did pretty good that day. This is another micro cassette recorder. I picked this one up over the weekend, or actually yesterday. I bought this one yesterday at the flea market for $2. The guy wanted 5. It came with a bunch of cassettes as well. I didn't throw the cassettes in. I probably should have. This one sold for $24.95 today. And my final sale was this horribly photographed Bible from 1896. The guy asked me today about the measurements on the Bible. I had forgotten to include those. It's not in the greatest of shape, but you can see 1896, non-parallel. I don't know what that means. And the Bible was kind of nice, but not great. I even showed pictures of the pages that were out, so hopefully this one does not come back. But it was $23.96 because it was on sale, and the guy seemed to be very happy with it, or with being able to purchase it. So whatever floats their boat. And it's probably pretty hard to find an 1896 Bible nowadays. So I'm going to get that hat, and I'm going to switch scenes here so you can see me full screen. Yay! Because I know you want to. So this is the other Nike hat I got. This one says Nike Air. It's also from, you know, the 90s, and it's the same coloring as that other hat, so black and purple. I don't know how well the coloring will come across the screen, but it has a leather or leatherette patch. It says Nike, then Air, and on the side it has the older Just Do It logo. And it was originally, still has the original price tag on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it was $15. But the tag is not Nike. It is Yong'an, which is a very well-known hat maker, and they make a lot of hats. But is this a legit Nike? And I've been afraid to put it on because I can't find another one with this patch and all that, this setup. And I don't know whether or not it's an actual real Nike or it's a knockoff. And I know Nike's very what do you want to say? Yeah. Cindy, what's up? I don't know whether or not Nike would pull that listing bureau or something. So You know, I don't, Kelly, thanks for asking for the thumbs up. If they want to, that's fine. If they don't, that's also okay. I'm not on it for thumbs up and thumbs down and stuff. Although you can do either. I don't care. So anyway, if anybody knows if Nike used Young-An hats, please either tell me here in the chat or leave a comment below, because I have no clue. And I'm really interested in finding out what they did, if they did do that. I know that they used other manufacturers prior to them having their own label and things, but they've been using their own label for a long time as well. So whenever they switched from hats, from putting their own label on hats to using somebody else's, I don't know. So anyway, this is the camera that I took, let me see, the Polaroid picture with, if you want to know. It wasn't a great picture, although you liked it. Yeah, I had some pretty good sales this week, Kelly. That is a C1530. I'm not really happy with the way it takes photos, so I probably won't use it for my eBay photos anymore, but I will use it for some other things. It's really super lightweight, and it fits in my pocket, and it came with a nice green carry case. I think the box is back there. Came in the original box. It goes for about, I don't know, $25–30 on eBay if I wanted to sell it. But what I'm thinking about doing is getting a cord and making it into my own little GoPro and just hanging it on my chest to do my yard sales. There's only one side that it can attach, but maybe I can glue something over here and kind of hang it and do my own GoPro style videos, because that one does take video as well, so I don't know. My favorite sale of the week was definitely the PXL 2000. That thing is just so cool. Sassy says she needs a camera. They overwhelm her. So many options and doodads. I buy whatever's cheap at a yard sale. Or I use my iPhone. The iPhone works for me real well. And it takes really good pictures. It's an iPhone 6S. I had an iPhone 6 prior, and that one took really good pictures. So for me, that's all I need. I'm not interested in all the doodads and options. I'm just interested in getting halfway decent pictures up on eBay. And you could see that some of my pictures, even with the iPhone, weren't that good. Some of the ones that Does anyone use YouTube link auction item to show them working? Yes, I do. On occasion, if it has moving parts, like I sell a lot of animated, like Santa Clauses and things like that, I will I'll do a YouTube video of it working, and then put a link in the description in YouTube and eBay. So broadcast will begin shortly. That's the weather again, so I'm going to get that off the screen. I'll just erase that. You can, I think it would be actually a pretty good idea if you did that for VCR and DVD recorders, because Cindy, you can put a link, because people want to see them working. Actually, you can put a link in eBay. You have to go to, let me do a screen share and I'll show you where I go. There's a lot of different places you can do it. Lonnie goes to flippertools.com, I think it is. But I go to, it's called YouTube or Vimeo Creator. Let me pull that up. And I'll do a screen share real quick here as soon as I get my OBS on the right screen, so that it's not sharing the OBS software, because we don't want that. Hey, stop it. It doesn't want to move. There we go. Alright, so here is the website I go to. It's isdntek.com, so I'll put that in the and then it's /tagbot/YouTubeConverter.htm, but I'll put it in the description here, or in the side chat here. And I see that Flipper Tools is where Lonnie goes, but this is the one I use, and it's super easy. When you do a YouTube video, maybe I can show that as well. You go to YouTube, Hey, this has now become educational. I see that Chick Picker is live as well as the Thrifty Flamingo. I'm not even sure I know who that is. I probably just subscribed because they subscribed to me. I don't know. Paid memberships, that's new. So when you do a YouTube video and upload it, in your info and settings, give me a second here, there will be this little deal right here. So it's your video URL. You'll copy that, hit copy, and you'll go back to that YouTube or Vimeo creator, which I have pinned up here on the top. And then you just paste that right in here. You go down here to make code, hit make eBay code. I take off center video because for some reason on some cell phones that can see it, it messes it up. So I take that off. There's your code. Hit select. Right click to copy. And then go back to eBay. See if I can go to eBay. Now you're going to see all my eBay-ness. We'll just open a listing here. I don't have any offers on that. I don't know why it says review all offers. We'll just pretend to revise a listing. This is the most important. Once you copy that code, this is the most important part. You'll go down to your description. You'll click on HTML. And then at the end, I just put a couple spaces. It won't show up. You hit paste there. And then go back to standard. And now you'll see that there's that video there. So that's all you do. It may not be available on a lot of cell phones. I'm not going to save this. I got to get the video description. That's why I do that. So we'll get that video description back out of there just to be safe. Hit delete. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's it. It's really easy. Maybe I should do a tutorial video on it. Oh, I deleted the wrong thing, I think. Oh well, I just won't save it. We'll just click that off. Hey, there I am in the bottom of the screen. And we'll go back to the big screen. There we are. So, Flipper Tools has a similar tool and does the same thing basically. And you use it the same way. You just copy the description and paste them in. And it's pretty simple. Just make sure you're under the HTML side. Does anyone know how to implement the text code into a list? Do I need to make a template for it to use it each time? I have no idea. My listings, if you saw, let me open one up, are very, very simple. I'm going to need to open a new window on this side because this is the screen I'm on. You know, it happens every time I'm doing a live show. So, give me 1 second. Hello? Hello?
What did I do?
Hello? I'm doing a live stream. What do you want?
I need my juice.
Well, you'll have to wait a little while, okay? I'll call you when yeah, I will. All right, bye. Every time I do a live stream, I don't even mute them anymore, right? Why should I? Every time I do a live stream, my son calls me. Every time. And for something silly most of the time. But no, I don't know how to do the text code into a list. But I'll show you. My eBay listings are super, super simple. There's nothing. All I do, it's just the facts. I don't embellish anything because, you know, that's not the right way to go. You don't want to embellish. So we'll go to a listing that I actually like. We'll go to this one. Because I know eBay doesn't allow like HTML code and stuff like that anymore. You can use the video, they do allow that, but they don't allow other things, so I don't know. Okay, so I'll share this. This is for the Gremlin. This is 1984 Applause Gremlin. I'm still waiting to sell them, but you can see down here my descriptions are very simple. Vintage 1980. I copy the title. And very nice vintage condition, no apparent rips, holes, or stains. Tags have some spots, but all original tags are intact. Stripes legs move as they should. When stretched out, he's approximately 16 inches and approximately 12 inches sitting. That's it. No more than you need to tell people. Just stick to the facts, and that's my whole description on that thing. So, and I haven't gotten any sale on it yet, but that's okay. So we'll go back to the other screen, get rid of that. So anyway, really, you're in my live stream now. Why are you under Jeremy's account? And please don't cause chaos in my live stream, because then I'll have to end the show and I'll be very upset with you. That is my son. Clayton is my son, so he doesn't want to appear on camera, but apparently he wants to be on my live stream. So, anyway, yeah, children, 17-year-old children, right? You can't live with them, and you can't send them away. People are saying hi to you, Clay. Oh, Lord. What are you going to do? I can't get away from it, right? Hey, really? End the show. I will be done when I'm done. So, which is probably right now. Sometimes life gets in the way, folks. They never go away. You have 5, yeah. Juice equals steroids? No, it does not. It's, yeah, never mind. But anyway, folks, that was my eBay sales for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I don't get interruptions next time. And if you liked it, hit like. If you didn't like it, hit dislike twice. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.